guys, it is Cheyenne's sister and I'm finally here with a video. It did take a while. I did try to vlog.
It's messy!
Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
Giant!
Okay, let's see what we got, boy.
A knife! A knife! No!
But I just don't do enough things in my daily life for an interesting video. Until today. Today's gonna be a story time, and it is probably the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me. It's just confusing in many ways. The things that happened today, I feel like should never have happened. That's just that. So I'll get right into the video by starting with my husband, Jeremiah, who is mainly the main reason that I'm telling the story, because this is really who it happened to. But I was there for most of it, so I'm going to tell it because it was really, really confusing and funny. I came home, and not even 5 minutes later, there was somebody knocking at the door. Now, we do not talk to our neighbors. We are not acquaintances with anybody near us, so we had no idea who would be knocking on the door. So Jeremiah, just being the more protective person that he is, told me to just go in the room because why is there, we don't know who's knocking at our door. So yeah, he told me to go into the room with the dog, also mainly because the dog would freak out if he didn't see what was going on. I was peeking out the window and then I just decided to leave the room but kind of stay where nobody could see me, just to eavesdrop. I was eavesdropping, but I really couldn't hear anything that was going on, so then I came and sat on the couch. And once again, I didn't know what was going on, but then a few minutes later, Jeremiah came in the house and I was like, okay, what is going on? Who are you talking to? What do they want? And that's when he proceeded to tell me, it's somebody about a meal plan. It's somebody about a meal plan. Like, HelloFresh? Blue Apron? Are you getting sponsored? Like, let me know what's going on. What kind of meal plan are you talking about? But then he kind of just like waved it off and went outside. And I was like, where are you going? So I look outside and he is walking to a man's trunk. Anyways, so he's walking to a man's car who's opening his trunk. Why are you selling meal plans out of your trunk? What is going on? The first thing that came to my head is, oh my god, he's gonna get kidnapped. There's also a white van behind them, so I was just like, what is going on? Like, I'm so confused. Oh my god, he's gonna get kidnapped or something's gonna happen. Like, this neighborhood is sketchy. I wouldn't doubt that something like that would happen. They continued to talk for quite a while, and it was just like, okay, what is going on? So I snapped a picture of Jeremiah just in case, because I was already weirded out enough as it is. Why are you opening your trunk and making somebody look in your trunk at what you're selling? That's just weird. After a while, he handed Jeremiah some dry ice, and then that's when it was kind of like, okay, he's okay. Calm down. They're playing with dry ice. Like, and if he was selling the dry ice, I would have been totally okay with that. I would have bought it. I want to do some David Dobrik stuff with that dry ice. But that's not the case. He hands Jeremiah a box, and I was just like, oh my god, please tell me that you did not just buy something right now. Like, he better not be handing that to you because you just bought it. You didn't even consult me first. What kind of meal plans are we buying? I was so confused. But then they both started coming towards the house with 2 boxes. And that's when I got even more concerned, because I was like, not 1, but 2, what are you spending your money on? Like, 2 boxes of what? I do not know. You did not tell me what you were purchasing. But he didn't buy it. The guy was selling meat.
You stupid.
Out of his car. He brought his meat to solicit people's houses. Is that how you say that?
Okay.
Anyways, so he went knocking on doors, and our door, by the way, has a no soliciting sign. That was just there when we got here. We didn't put that up. It says no soliciting. But he still came over and knocked on our door. I, at that point, was not looking outside. He didn't know I was there. I was just listening on their conversation, peeking out the door. because our door doesn't close all the way anyways. So we're on the front porch talking about it, and that's when I realized that Jeremiah had a pamphlet in his hand and was reading a list of meat and what the guy was selling. And he was like, this is great meat, like this is like top quality, like really good. Technically it's like $3 a meal, blah blah blah. Just trying to sell it to us. And Jeremiah is a really nice person. He does not like to say no to people, so he was humoring the guy for quite a while, like letting him continue, and was considering buying it because he thought it was a good deal, because the guy said, oh, it's technically $3 a meal.
Why the fuck you lying?
But you have to buy it all in bulk, so it's not like you're like, okay, I want this, this, and this. It's $20 and you get like, no, it wasn't that. It was a package deal. So I'm not sure the exact price that it was in total, but the guy said that he was giving us a deal on it. They were talking about it, and then that's when I came out. And he was like, oh, hi, sorry I woke you. That was me knocking on the door. He didn't wake me. It was around 4:30, 4:45 at that time. Like, you didn't wake me up. But, okay. I was just like, yeah, no, you didn't wake me. It's fine. Then he proceeded to ask if we prefer steak or chicken. And then that's when I was like, I don't eat meat. Which isn't a lie. I'm trying not to eat meat. So, steak or chicken, that's when I said, yeah, no, I don't eat meat. And he said, oh, okay, well,
Well, when life gives you lemons.
and then went to him and asked him if he prefers steak or chicken, and then that was their conversation, just talking about their trunk meat, like it was just a normal thing. And then Jeremiah was kind of like, you know what, we're trying to move right now, like we don't really have the money to be buying this. And then the guy goes, you know what, here, look, I'll give you this, 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 and this. I think it was about 5 different meats, and I'll give it to you for this price, $189. So technically you're getting A, B, and C for free.
Oh my god!
$189 for one person, and this is like a subscription kind of thing, like it's a meal plan, like you're buying $189 worth of meat every single month, evidently. From what I got off of this, somebody else apparently down the street buys it from him. So this is like a thing that you'd have to spend almost $200 on frequently. Like, we have to pay other things. I'm not buying your $189 meat. That doesn't make any sense. You just showed my husband your meat out of the back of your car, and you want us to spend that much money on it? Are you crazy? Like, no shame in his game. If he needs money, I understand. That's a good way to make money, but I feel like there's other ways. Like, you could be posting it online, and whoever's interested, you can contact them. But don't go knocking on people's door selling your meat. Like, it's just weird. Am I, like, wrong? Is that wrong? Like, I know kids come to the door and they're like, hi, can you buy my candy? But, like, this guy came and said, hi, can you buy my meat? Like, that's just not normal. No, I mean, like, I guess I'm kind of judging, but, like, he's trying to make money, so good on him. I mean, one time I went to New York City not too long ago and somebody was trying to sell me edibles out of their bag. I feel like that's a better game than selling your meat, but either way, I didn't buy any. So yeah, Jeremiah was just like, no, like, we're moving, and then he tried to sell us $189 worth of meat, and we're getting certain ones for free. Like, it's a great deal where you're getting X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C for free. Like, great package deal, right? And then Jeremiah was still like, oh no, like, he wasn't like, no, sorry, I will not buy it, I don't have the money. He was, oh no, like, yeah, I know, I really would, but I'm moving, so I can't. And then he was like, so you brought me over here to tell me you're moving? And he was like, no, I really would, like, I'm sorry, I really would, but, like, I just don't have the money for it right now. And he said this. Are you ready? Because this is when my mind was just boggled at this meat man. He said,
So then don't move.
don't. So then don't move. Like, I don't know if he was joking or what, but he said, so then don't move. Like, yeah, just don't move. Like, just buy my meat instead. Like, you don't have to worry about paying more for an apartment. You can just buy my meat and you'll be happy. You'll be happy with my meat. That's when I was just done, because he was starting to get too rude, and Jeremiah was still like, no, sorry, like, not cutting to the chase, but he really said, like, so you really brought me over here to tell me you're moving.
So then don't move.
And that's when I said, I'm sorry, but I would much rather move than buy your meat. And that's never something that I would have been saying to anybody in my lifetime, but that's what I literally said. And he snatched the pamphlet out of Jeremiah's hand, stacked the boxes, and said, so she's spoken, and stormed off, mumbling to himself. He was genuinely mad that we weren't buying his trunk meat. And I'm so confused. Like, can somebody tell me if that was the wrong thing to do? Is not buy meat out of a man's trunk? Or was that like the right move? Because he was genuinely so mad at us. And it's not like Jeremiah was intending to waste his time. He really was interested in his product, but then he saw the price. He wasn't like, I mean, there was a point where he was kind of just dragging it on, maybe just because he felt bad, but he genuinely was considering it. Like, he's a nice person, and he doesn't want to say no to people. It's hard for him to say no to people, except for me. But either way, he got mad at Jeremiah, and it wasn't his intention to not buy his meat, but he was interested until he saw the price, and that he would have to buy all this meat for almost $200. And that's $200 that we could really use right now, because we are trying to move into a nicer place where people don't sell you meat out of the back of their car. Oh, and I went to throw out some garbage today, and I saw the boxes of meat that he sells in the garbage, so I'm guessing somebody else does buy the meat. So it is edible, but it's just not a logical price for one person to be spending on meat a month. Like, that's just crazy. Leave in the comments down below if you think that we made a logical decision not buying trunk meat, and if you have any opinions on what happened to us today, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm just dumbfounded that somebody told us not to move so that we can buy their meat, and that he really got really sassy, and I wish I had my phone ready to videotape it, because that would have been hysterical. So yeah, leave your comments and your thoughts down below if you think that we made a good decision about not buying trunk meat, because I think that we genuinely made a good decision. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like, just don't buy trunk meat, people. I feel like that's a normal thing that you should do. Hopefully you like this story time. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to not buy trunk meat from people, because that's a thing. Still recording.